Good morning. Earth Day was this past Wednesday. So this morning, I'm going to talk to you about plants and ants. See my new plant? I bought it yesterday to add some color to my home office. Have you ever thought about what we all have in common with plants? Well, for one thing, we all breathe. Plants and trees breathe in and out just like we do. Of course, there's a big difference. We need oxygen and we breathe out or exhale carbon dioxide. Plants need carbon dioxide and breathe out oxygen. So we need each other. The bigger takeaway is that all the things in the world are interconnected and interdependent on one another. When we take care of plants and trees in our world, we're actually caring for ourselves and one another. Another thing I did yesterday was work outside in the yard. It's a beautiful day. And at one point, I saw a little ant walking along the sidewalk that goes up to my front door. I could have tried to catch it and put it in a little jar to try and show you, but I didn't want to keep it for a day and a half, and how well would you see it over the video? But, the bigger reason was it has a job to do. It wasn't up to me to hold on to it. We can learn a lot from ants. Ants aren't loners, living all by themselves in the middle of an anthill somewhere. No, their lives look more like a busy, bustling city. Ants live together and work together in an ant colony. And if you do see an ant by itself, it's probably out looking for food to bring back to the rest of the ant colony. Every ant has its own job. Some ants search for food, others work on keeping the anthill clean, others are working on making the anthill bigger, others care for the eggs and for the young. God created ants to work together for the good of His creation. God created each one of us too, and He's given us the job to work together as caretakers of His world. There's a line in Psalm 8 that says, "You've let them rule over your handiwork, putting everything under their feet." Sometimes we might not take care of God's creation well. And yes, it is God's creation. One of the first lines from Psalm 24, "The earth is the Lord's and everything in it, the world and all who live in it." Sometimes we might see a piece of trash on the ground and think, someone else will take care of it, not me. Or maybe when you open the door of your car, maybe a little piece of paper flies out. It's like, oh, it's just a small piece of paper. It's not going to hurt anything. I'm not going to go get it. Well, I think we need to learn from the ants. The ants don't need anyone to tell them or command them to take care of God's world. They know their job, and they get it done. They just do it, faithfully caring for God's creation in the way they were designed to. Instead, as God's stewards, we should know that we are to be good caretakers of God's world. We know our job. We need to get to it, faithfully caring for God's creation, because God entrusted its care into our hands. So, what will you do to take even better care of God's world, His creation? See you next time.